Since the turmoil of the 1960s, one of the major problems facing North Omaha has been economic development.
Why would someone be in office as long as he has and take a look at the district in which he represents? What's the problem there?
Never felt that Senator Chambers has been as profound a proponent of the Great Society, so to speak. It's never been as important a cause as has civil liberties. So I suspect that there could be some of his constituents that could say, you know, in the end, Senator Chambers, you've not done enough for our district in terms of jobs, in terms of public work, in terms of public benefits, in terms of the other kinds of aspects of the Great Society.
Ernie is not a believer, contrary to what some people would like to think. Ernie is not a believer in, well, give me a pile of money and everything will be wonderful, you know? He's a believer that you have to change conditions, you have to change people's attitudes, you have to change some of those things, and the rest will follow. And does it happen immediately? No.
If Ernie had not been in the legislature making the noise he's making now and made in the past, we'd have even less than we have now. We would have nothing because there wouldn't be no other voice. There hasn't been any leadership to speak of as strong and as vocal and as present as Ernie Chambers in my 58 years in Omaha.
Yeah, this is Cindy in Senator Chambers' office. How you doing this morning? Listen, you having a good day today, it sounds like. Yes.
I think there's still sort of a messiah complex in the black community. Black people still believe that someone is going to come along and save them. My contention is that single black elected officials elected to city councils and state legislature are not going to change the conditions of the black community in their lifetime. Unless there is a galvanization of the community based upon the churches, the social organizations, and other people concerned about the community, unless they come together and initiate projects, no matter how many black elected officials you get elected in this country, it's not going to change the plight of black Americans.
The reality is that there are certain things that are needed to make it alone that we don't control at this point. And one of the reasons we don't control them is because our minds are not focused. When I talk about looking inward, I meant to recognize our blackness and be proud and have self-respect and insist on better treatment than we receive. And if they say there's something behind that door to which every citizen is entitled and we knock on the door and it doesn't open, then we need to break it down.